Hi Aries, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from March the 11th to the 18th, and I'm just pulling an additional guidance card for you while I shuffle the rest of the deck. Okay, oh, you got Treasure Island. You're the third person to get Treasure Island. There feels that there's a little bit of good vibes around astrologically, some sort of hitting the bills mark. The difficult thing about the Treasure Island is sometimes when it comes up, there's a feeling beforehand that you've been waiting. Yeah, you know that feeling that you're waiting but getting nowhere? A little bit like that. And then Treasure Island appears and we begin to understand the why. Why we've had to go through something. Why things are taking such an endless amount of time. So I'm going to pull 6 cards for you, Aries, that talk about the general energies around you this week. Challenges, the gifts, that sort of thing, okay? So what lies behind you is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about communication. It tends to represent quite rapid change. The gift is the Four of Pentacles, okay? The challenge is a 9 of Wands. Okay, so I've already got 2 cards about being quite self-protective. Okay, the self-protective isn't a negative in any shape or form. It always depends on how something's applied. Okay, how other people are showing up for you is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Cups is your central issue, and the Ace of Cups is the outcome. What an interesting combination of cards here. If I go straight to the gift here, because it's the gift, you're very much in a number 4. So a lot of your energy is going to preserving preserving the foundations of your life. A lot of people don't like the 4 of Discs, and it's got negative connotations because if you hold on to something too tightly, you kill what you're holding on to, yeah? Or you cannot move forward. So when you're in the energy of the 4 is what you get, okay? So there's definitely a protector energy around you, but it's a gift, which probably also means you're trying to protect and preserve some of your security. Some of you are holding your feelings back from someone. There's an energy of, but because it's the gift, I have to read it as the gift, which is about holding on and looking after your security and stability, okay? The challenge is a Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands means you might be dealing with someone who's very, very overly protective, very guarded. So there's 2 energies here of you trying to preserve something and someone being very, very, very defensive. So that isn't going to make for the best alchemy in love, by the way, if this is a love reading, to tell you the truth. But there's loads and loads of other ways to read these cards. The 9 of Wands is my PSD card. So it's very much, I've been hurt once and I'm not going to be hurt again, okay? So you're trying to hold on to these 4 of Pentacles and there's someone trying to preserve the 9 of Wands. It's funny, Aries, because these aren't bad cards, they're states of mind. All the minor arcanas are only states of mind. And there's 2 people, one's trying to guard one thing and someone's trying to guard the other. So there might be a sort of back turning between 2 people. The Knight of Swords is what's behind you. This is about news coming your way, communication. What's so interesting is the Knight of Swords is headed in that direction. So there's this feeling about wanting to move your life forward here. But you want to move your life forward, but you still want to preserve some of these 4 of Pentacles. It's okay. That's not a bad thing. But someone might be trying to preserve their Nine of Wands. It's just what I'm saying, because in your relationship house, the King of Swords has showed up, okay? The King of Swords can show up when there's a lot of ice between two people. And I can't help feeling that's what's going on here. In his highest, the King of Swords is not about that. I mean, he is the master of truth. He's mastered the sword. So, you know, he's got this highest attainment in the level of his thinking. He's not getting pushed and pulled around by the dynamics of life. He's got his throne and he's keeping his cool. And he's got this very, very objective mind. But in his shadow side, he is very, very cut off emotionally, doesn't express himself. And because of these quite defensive energies between people, there might be a little bit of ice in your relationships. So people might be showing up for you in a very sort of icy way. Alternatively, this could be an air sign who's having quite a strong impact, who's showing you things about yourself, Aries, okay? Because the central issue is the Knight of Cups. And he's riding right to the Ace of Cups. So there's this love here. But there's also this, I can't help going back to a feeling of people being quite icy, because this is the card about how other people are showing up for you. And the Nine of Wands as a challenge should be a very, very cold and quite a defensive energy. But these cards, I mean, especially this one, is about all the ice melting and the unconditional love and the love of the heart beginning to emerge. This is a brand new love for some of you, but you're also dealing with environmental situations that aren't the most kind. They're not bad, Aries, they're just, we go through all seasons in our life. All seasons are valid. It's almost a season of, in some of your relationship dynamics, of things being a bit frosty. But here comes the flow of emotions, the flow of love, the flow of warmth, some sort of beautiful offers coming your way, which is going to make your heart sing and your heart melt. What an interesting reading, Aries. I feel asking for a message for you about how to manage these very interesting dynamics going on in your life, okay? You got your own card, Aries card, okay? Stand tall here, guys. Remember the Emperor, I am and I will, which is the Aries energy. It's the Aries that sets us forth, that energy of impulse. There's definitely a strange message about standing solid in the truth of your own identity, but what you want, and not letting yourself be budged and taken off course. But I'm going to ask what the message is for these cards. And what's the message for these beautiful, loving star card? Grace, healing. But divine grace is the energy of the divine feminine, okay? The energy that brings loving, healing to everyone. Could be an Aquarius around with this King of Swords and this star card. But it's very funny, I did a workshop over the weekend on grace, okay? It's the whole, if you think of that hymn, Amazing Grace, it's that moment when everything changes in our lives. So this could, that epiphany, that moment of, I don't want to talk about cliches, but it is about this love flowing again. Something coming forward that begins to melt any difficulties between you and another person, between you and your own soul. Because any difficulties on the outside are a bit mirrors about what's going on within us. But I'm not saying, Aries, there's not time in our lives when we go through difficult life periods and life's just, especially when one chapter's ending and a new one hasn't quite emerged yet. But this is just the card of when suddenly it's like we wake up and we smell the roses. We wake up and we feel this beautiful, beautiful energy of grace, of love, because grace is love. But first, Aries, you've got these energies to meet. Don't go off course. That's a sort of strange feeling I've got, because especially the Emperor as the advice, don't allow yourself to go off course. Some of you have set a destination in sight. You're almost there, guys. You're so almost where you want to be. And you might be having one little message just to keep going, to ride any more storms, to get to this beautiful. Because once you get here, it's like, see if someone's been ill, this is what you're looking for. That is them getting to the recovery, the other side. And that's exactly where you're going. Aries, your reading has made my day. I swear to God it has. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Love you lots, Aries, and best of luck. Bye.